Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of console unboxing. Just try to adjust my shirt here. The microphone keeps weighing it down. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so what do we got today? We got a deal on Kijiji, I hope. We'll see how this deal goes. I haven't actually unboxed it yet. But the guy that I got it from on Kijiji gave me a really good price, cheap shipping, and he seemed pretty legit by his reviews. So he did ship a product. I haven't opened it yet, so we'll be doing that right now. And yeah, in today's episode, not only will we be doing the console unboxing for the Nintendo, but we'll be talking about why I'm doing the console unboxings, what kind of stuff I'll be doing in the future, and Nintendo's future. So yeah, and we got a bunch of props ready to discuss, and a bunch of images. So where shall we begin? I guess let's begin with the console unboxing. Let's not further delay. And we'll go to my second screen for that. So here's the product I'm hoping I got. Let's see what we actually got. Now the guy that I got it from, he gave it to me a price for less than it is on eBay. And he included 3 games, I believe. But there's a problem where the stand is broken. And I'm hoping there's no lens issues, and I'm hoping everything's in it, not that I bought something that didn't include everything, like usually happens. So let's try it out. Let's go to the second screen. Alright. Alright, so we're on the second screen, and I have here the box. Now I did so far as I removed my address, so wouldn't be too bad that way. I noticed he did write on the box fragile, so that was nice. Or maybe the post office did. So what I got here is a box cutter, or better known, I was going to say an X-Acto knife. I think that's it. Oh shit. Hopefully I didn't show anything here I wasn't supposed to. Alright. Now it feels like the box is packaged very well. Lots of tape. That's always good. When I was talking to people at the post office, they said a lot of people are shipping things with not enough tape. So they recommend more tape. Ooh, we got newspaper. Now where did I get this from? This is from Canada's East Coast. I think around Nova Scotia. Actually, where my brother's traveling right now. I was going to ask him to bring it, but I heard a lot of issues carrying luggage on planes lately. Won't get too political into the reasons for that. Oh, mailer. Oh, wow. I'm just doing a recording. Can you close the door there for me? Oh, what did you get, man? Nothing good. Oh, what is it? Oh, VR, right?
You have to use a smartphone.
Oh, that's cool. I'll check it out. Thanks. No, it's funny. We were just doing a show about VR, and lo and behold, my mom/roommate was just at a garage sale and picked up a cheap VR. Alright, so what do we got here? I'll save that mailer because I'm going to need it later. Here it is, the legendary Virtual Boy controller. Oh my god. I've heard a lot of things about this controller, that it feels nice in the hands, and people were not kidding. This is like a top of the line controller. Like seriously, if I could switch this and map it to play on other games on it, I would use this. This is nice. This reminds me of what I always wanted in a controller, is to have extra buttons here. Well, instead of buttons, they put finger grips, but that's still pretty good. And they got 1 button up at the top, or 2 triggers. Select start, A, B. And, lo and behold, I was just thinking, Nintendo actually released a better VR controller than PlayStation. Because PlayStation came out with the Move, and you know what the Move forgot to add? 2 controllers, like 2 D-pads. But Nintendo did. So it's good on Nintendo. They were smart enough. It says made in Japan. Patent pending. I don't see any battery pack attached, but we'll open it more and see what we got. The wire's looking in good shape. It's dusty, but I would say for its age, right? Like, holy shit. It's in good shape. Now, what I realized recently is I've been getting carried away with doing these console unboxings, and one of the reasons why is getting down in the dumps and buying too many things commercially to try to make up for it. So while I was getting ready to make this video, I actually found another project that I think will get me out of down in the dumps even better than just buying stuff. So hopefully that new project will cover a little bit too. Alright, so here it is. Here's the battery pack / adapter cord, so I don't have to plug in batteries into the Virtual Boy controller. It's crazy. It takes a huge AC adapter just to power a controller. What's with that? You think it would be like a tiny little AC adapter, but I guess it was the old days, right? Alright, it says something about opening the lid to make sure the AC adapter is firmly plugged in. Alright, so for today's episode, I think what we're really going to do is just take the guy's word for it that the games and everything works. So far, everything is here. Uh-oh. I only see 2 games, but hoping maybe the third game is in the console itself. Let's check that. Not to freak out yet. Wouldn't be the end of the world if it came with 2 instead of 3 games, but still, if you pay for 3, you kind of hope to get 3, right? Now, usually this happens to me where I'm freaking out that something's missing and then I forget to check other spots, so that's what we'll do next. We'll check the actual VR itself and see if it's here. Now, I guess it sounds weird to refer to Nintendo's Virtual Boy as VR, even though it's really, it says virtual right in the name. Because really, when you play it, it is more of a 3D rather than virtual reality. I guess because you had it in a helmet so close to your eyes, and technically it does make it virtual reality. Yes! Oh man, do you feel the adrenaline rush on that one? The game is in it. So there are 3 games. Wow. Alright, so now I'm looking at the actual Virtual Boy itself. I haven't held it since I was a kid. And when I did hold it when I was a kid, it was at a, whatchamacallit, a Blockbuster Video. It's a little dusty. I like how he kept it very authentic though. Looks like a little bit of cat and dog hair, but not too much. Very minimal. Only like maybe 2 or 3 strands. It's got headphones and volume. Now, people are telling me when I was watching videos on YouTube, the one thing you gotta watch out for is that there's an issue with this where eventually the lenses go. So I don't know, hopefully the lenses are still in good shape. Well, I'll give all the viewers an update on that some other time. For the weight of this bad boy, it's fucking heavy. And it doesn't even have a power source in it, does it? No. It's got a controller port adapter, an extension adapter. Oh, I get it. Maybe the power for the whole thing goes through the controller. So that's why the controller has such a big power pack. That makes more sense. Yeah, so this does remind me of like a modern VR. Let's open another VR here just to compare it. Wasn't it funny that my roommate came and dropped off another VR and it's red too? Whoa, it came with a book. Or no, what is this? Games? This isn't VR. This is like one of those kaleidoscope things. Still pretty close to VR. Yeah, so if you compare it to a regular today's VR, whew, that's pretty funny. Kids VR. Alright, so if anyone's wondering, the main reason that I got the Nintendo Virtual Boy was because I wanted to do some live streaming where we'll play Virtual Boy games. And I was thinking if I'm going to do that, I really should have the Virtual Boy so that when we go to emulate, it's all legit. So yeah, we do have a working Virtual Boy. I don't know, does anyone know how to get the Virtual Boy games in and out? Oh, hopefully that didn't break it. Alright, so let's go over which games we got. So I think for roughly 400 bucks, I know that's a lot of money, but we're probably going to resell this bad boy around Christmas time. So we got Wario Land for Virtual Boy. So this game here on its own is worth over 100. We got Galactic Pinball, which I think that's an average game. This, or a little below average, so maybe around 100 bucks too. No, Wario Land, it's the best game, so I'm glad I got it. And Tennis. Tennis is arguably one of the worst games, but I think it's still worth around 100 bucks. So isn't it ironic that just in cartridges, what a great deal the guy gave us, eh? Because I was thinking the cartridge itself, this is like $300 that I can sell on Kijiji just right here. And if I wanted to part it out for like individual sales, if you sell just the controller, this bad boy's worth almost 200 on his own. So I was like, geez, that's like 500 just in the controller and the games. So then really, you're getting the VR or the Virtual Boy thing itself for like this. If I ordered it from Japan on eBay, I can get it for around $400, but it's just this. And it's brand newish. So I think it's like this one is obviously old, it's scratched up, it's definitely worn. But hey, you think if it's working and I got it with all those games, controller and everything, it's still a great deal. The real big if is how good it works still. But even as a prop, like, oh yeah, that's the last thing I forgot to show everyone. Here's the other problem of why I got a deal on it. It came with the stand, but the Nintendo plastic piece that holds the stand together is busted. And apparently this is a very common condition because plastic degrades very quickly. Even plastic museums, they have to fight to keep their artifacts from breaking down so quick. So that's what we got going on here, is a broken plastic piece. But there's one funny thing, is on online there's a way to 3D print your own new plastic piece and just reassemble it. So that's what I'm going to do for this. We'll fix it with some 3D printing. I think maybe in the future too, I'll offer the 3D printing service to fix these. And I'll actually have one to test it, so that's a good thing. Not that I'm 3D printing them and they don't even fit it. Yeah, so once I get this 3D stand set up and fixed, we'll get it set up somewhere in my room. Alright, so I think that's it for the unboxing part of the video, but next thing we'll do is, hey, no bro. Yeah, the Virtual Boy. It is rare. How much did I get it for? I got it for about $400, but that was Canadian. So I guess US, that'd be about, I don't know, 300. But it came with 3 games, which is Tennis, Wario Land, and Galactic Pinball. Roughly about 100 bucks a game. Not that I paid, but it came with them. So it's going to be pretty wild. I've wanted this thing since I was a kid. When I played it at Virtual Boy, I wasn't keen on paying the price they were asking at the time. But I figured now that I'm an adult and I can afford it, why not get it? Especially since they're probably going to sell out once Nintendo, like, yeah, that is a good deal. Now, the only other problem is I had to pay shipping, and it came all the way from Nova Scotia. But the shipping was actually pretty cheap. I think it was around $40 or something, so it's a little pricey on the shipping, but not too bad. Now, and the other thing I noticed is what I wanted to talk about too in this episode. Let's go to the other screen for a sec. This little bad boy, the Virtual Boy, is pretty much one of the clues, I think, that Nintendo could be going in the future. What I mean by that is Nintendo's kind of hit a wall with the Nintendo Switch, right? Switch has reached the apex. They're trying to consider what they're going to do with the company next, right? And Nintendo does have a history of branching off into other things. Some people don't even know when Nintendo first started, they were actually like a trading card company. So yeah, they used to start with just cards, and then they eventually expanded to video games, which I'm glad they did. So these aren't the first cards, but these are some of the old Nintendo cards. I think I even used to get packs of these when I was a kid. So Nintendo's even branched back into cards, like they're back into making cards with Pokemon and all that stuff, so Pokemon cards are big money. The entire franchise for that. I think Nintendo gets a cut of that. Could be wrong. Now I heard that what was it, Nantech or something got involved. But anyways, what I was thinking is what happens in the world that we see a lot is things go in waves. Like VR, it was really popular, then it wasn't so popular. Then it was popular again, and then not so popular. Then popular again. And it keeps getting better every time with a new wave and a new wave. Well, at Canada's Wonderland, one of the rides that I used to go on was called SpongeBob. Where is it? Fuck, it changed slides. Yeah, it was SpongeBob 3D. So when you got to go to the theater and watch SpongeBob, it was in 3D. And it was like pretty early on. So it wasn't really, it was part of the early wave of 3D. But it's funny, the 3D technology they're using then used to be popular in the 80s also. So it was big in the 80s, came back again, keeps going away, coming back, going away, coming back. So that's basically what we've seen here with Nintendo. Nintendo was big into VR. They did it for a while, went away, came back with it again with the Switch and that Labo stuff. So you can really look at Nintendo as they've done virtual reality twice. So one of the things I was thinking that would be really neat for Nintendo to do in the future, instead of just doing virtual reality twice, why don't they do 3D twice? Like, if anyone knows, let's show it here. Nintendo didn't stop with this 3D technology. They kept doing it, and another way they went for it, Pilot Wings, the 3DS. So what's funny is the Virtual Boy and the Nintendo 3DS, guess what I did? I hooked it up to my computer and I could run emulators. So now I can emulate 3DS and the Virtual Boy on a big 55-inch TV in HD. And it's a 3D TV. So it actually does 3D. And the weirdest part, when you hook up the Virtual Boy to a big screen TV, like a 55-inch, and play it, hey, Render Co. PlayStation VR is amazing. Yeah, I've got PlayStation VR also. To be honest, I only play it a few times a year because I like to watch travel videos in it more than I actually like to watch or play video games. That's just my preference for VR right now. Maybe games will get better in VR, but I usually just like sitting back in VR and watching stuff happen rather than having to control everything. But anyways, yeah, that's what I was talking about, is if you take Virtual Boy and you emulate it to a 3D TV, it fucking looks amazing. And you know why? Virtual Boy, they did the 3D that not only goes in the TV, like depth, but it also comes flying at you. So it's like objects are coming right out of the TV at your face. Like, I have to wear the 3D glasses, but it's still, like, it's amazing 3D. Like, the best 3D I've ever seen on a TV is Virtual Boy, oddly enough. So what I did next is I hooked up the Nintendo 3DS, and it's pretty good 3D on the TV, except it's usually only in. So the effects are always in, like, depth-wise. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be neat if the future Nintendo, instead of just making consoles, why don't they make a new 3D system where it's like a home console, like say the Nintendo Wii or the Nintendo Wii U, except this time it does 3D. So it's like a 3D home console. So sort of like how you can hook up the Virtual Boy with the emulator, or you could hook up the Nintendo 3DS with the emulator. But instead of having to emulate it, it would actually be a real home console that does 3D TVs. I know a lot of people don't like 3D TVs, and that's fine, but there is an audience that does. I don't know if Nintendo would ever go that exclusive, but oh yeah, that's what I was going to show people. Some people are like, oh, 3D is dead, right? There's no even new content coming out for 3D. Well, we'll see if that's true. So I went to the Movie Times today, and I checked it out, and look at this. What is it? The showtimes for Thor. They're starting to do it in 3D again. The next wave of 3D is already coming back. And my TV is like a Samsung, or no, what is it? It's a LG 55-inch 1080 3D TV. But some of these movies, they're coming out compatible with 8K. So like LG TVs, they're coming out with 3D LG TVs. Like, or what is it, 8K versions. So I was like, holy shit, man. If Nintendo made a home console that could do 3D, this would be the time, right? It goes in waves. It's like, oh, 3D went away for a while, then it's going to come back, right? So that's kind of why I got the Nintendo, what is it, Virtual Boy, because it gave me a taste of what it was like for Nintendo's dipping their feet in 3D TVs and stuff. It's basically a 3D TV, except you have to wear it. Oh yeah, and that was the other thing I wanted to mention too. There's a couple Android consoles that came out recently. Guess what they have? Dual monitor support. So I was thinking, shit, man, if Nintendo was smart, they would just come out with their own TVs now too. Imagine you could buy a Nintendo TV. Let's see if I got it here. I'll type it in. There used to be a PlayStation TV. My brother actually bought it. So it's not like it would be that unheard of for like a game company to all of a sudden start making TVs. So wouldn't it be sick? Yeah, yeah, it's not. PlayStation 3D TV. There it is. I guess they called it a display rather than a TV. Well, I guess I can't show that, but here we go. See, in the past, Sony started making their own TVs, basically because they're an electronics company, right? So they can make their own shit anyway. But can you imagine Nintendo did this? All of a sudden one day they're like, you know what? There's a new console for Nintendo that's 3D, and Nintendo is selling their own monitors now. And the console supports more than one monitor. I think that'd be a neat direction for video game to go, because it'd be something different, right? Well, I guess Sony tried to do it, but they didn't do it very good. Like they did it okay. Like I'd say Sony, if you look at this TV today, it actually sells more than when it first came out. So people still love this shit. It's just hard to get it now. Because, yeah, they didn't sell very many. Yeah, I've been playing Mario 3D on my TV, and guess how? I've been playing, what is it? I've already tried this game before I bought it. Wario Land for Virtual Boy on a big screen TV in 3D looks fucking amazing. You have to wear the glasses, but Wario can jump in and out of the screen. So it's like, holy shit, man. Like, there's parts of the game, you're running down the level and you have to jump in and out of the screen. It's trippy as fucking hell. I know not everyone's going to like it, but man. Oh yeah, and then I was playing, what is it, Mario for 3DS. You know, there's a few different Mario games for 3DS. I played the Mario Kart game, 3D on the 55-inch TV. It was fucking sick. So I know, like, yeah, obviously there's people that don't like 3D. They might get seizures and they can't even use it. But for people that are into it, it's like, holy shit, man. Nintendo has such potential for it. I never even realized it until I started doing Virtual Boy 3DS on a big screen TV. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking sick. And the problem, I never tried it before, is 3D TVs were so expensive. I just happened to get a used one recently and started trying it. I think I got the TV for like $100. I was like, holy shit, what a great deal. But yeah, I'm hoping, like, can you imagine? I would buy a Nintendo TV, especially if it was a 3D TV like the 3DS, where you didn't even need glasses, where you could just adjust the screen. Oh, that'd be fucking sweet. But even if you had to wear the glasses, like, as long as they're not the plug-in glasses. Like, I got just the regular 3D glasses. They're just plastic. They're not red and blue, but they're clear. But man, those ones are like the cinema ones. And they work really good. So yeah, LG TVs, if anyone's going to try this, like emulating Virtual Boy or emulating 3DS, I highly recommend the LG TVs. And I don't recommend piracy either. You should try to get the actual games. I'm going to give all these Virtual Boy games an actual run on it and see how it works. Oh yeah, that was one of the other things I wanted to show people. Is if you're getting into collecting the 3DS stuff or the Virtual Boy stuff, check this shit. This is where it's actually really wild, the direction they're going. Where is it? Let's go with this one. Alright, so what I did is I did a little bit of searching, because when you buy these 3DS games, or the Virtual Boy games, they don't actually come with the fucking case, right? Because the case was like cardboard. Most people lost it. So what other people did is they started making and selling the cases. So if you're getting hardcore into collecting Virtual Boy, you can literally just go down this road. You can buy like a game case only. It's just a custom made case. It's fucking expensive as hell too. I don't know if I really will get these cases. I might just make my own, but if you got the money for it, these cases look sweet, right? Yeah, so that's like the game I've got, Virtual Boy Tennis. So I really need to order this case, but they want $12 for it. And the big kicker, $25 in shipping. So I was like, shit, man, if the shipping was free, I would order this no problem. But since it's like fucking that much for shipping, I don't think I'll do it. It's kind of a shame too. People give it good reviews. So I don't know. If Nintendo is going to come out with anything as a new product, I'd like to see some new direction, right? Like a 3D TV console. Like, dear God, like PlayStation, Xbox, they don't have anything close to that. Holy shit, I just noticed. Guess what one of my games came with? One of the plastic covers so you can actually cover the case. Wow, that's something that people sell from 3D printing too. So I might get into 3D printing cases for Virtual Boy stuff. If anyone's into that, just let me know. Maybe I can make a few. I got a new 3D printer, haven't tried it out yet. Now you can play Pilot Wings in 3D and French. Alright, let's see what else we got. Hey George, how's it going? Yeah, scary movies in 3D would be good. Let's look up some of the stuff that actually comes in 3D. That's one of the other things I got ready for it. See if it's ready. Oh, here it is. Alright, so I was just gonna show everyone quickly the history of where like 3D TVs are going, where they've been. Their dirty history. Yeah, there's the LG TV. Fuck, man. That was the sick one. They had something like a 72-inch 8K 3D TV, but it was costing over 10 grand. So I don't think it actually made it to the market. But yeah, that'd be a sick TV. Yeah, and they talk about how there's the two different kinds, the electric glasses and just regular glasses. I like the regular better. I tried both. I'm not really a big fan of the blinking glasses. But the blinking glasses are a bit more advanced. Like they can show stuff that's a little better. Like the dual screen stuff. Oh yeah, so if people are wondering what you could all watch on it, Penthouse has their own channel. Cinema 3D, that's the movie theater one. ESPN, that'd be pretty cool. See, I think how it's going to go in the future is we'll see the 3D technology get so good that it goes right up to holograms. And I think, yeah, like holograms is like the end game of all these 3D TVs. Let's hope. Yeah, some different TV stations tried stuff. The World Cup was broadcast in 3D in 2010. The NFL did some in 3D. I don't know. I can't watch 3D for that long. I'd almost like to cap it off at like half-hour intervals. Once you start getting into like an hour or two of 3D, it does seem a little bit too much. I don't know if I'd want to sit and watch an entire sport inning event in 3D. That'd be pretty intense. But unless the Nintendo TVs came out and you didn't have to wear the glasses, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. A Pac-Man 3D TV show? That'd be wild. Yeah, it says that 3D goes in waves, right? Like people liked it a lot in the early 2000s, then it died off, then it came back in 2010, then it died off, then it started to make another comeback where they have fucking movies in the theater again. Like, look at that. The new movies in the theater right now, they started to go back to 3D. It's probably because Avatar is out with a new episode or a new movie. So if Avatar was 3D and they came out with another 3D movie, I'm kind of hoping that every TV in the future will just by default come with an actual 3D mode. So you don't have to use it all the time, but just to make sure every TV has that option. That'd be sweet. Now the other thing I got is I got a few Xbox games that do 3D, and it's really good too. Like what have I got? Gears of War 3. I think that one's in 3D. But same thing, I don't want to play it for hours in 3D. I might just do the end boss in 3D and then switch it back. It's not that hard to switch. Oh yeah, here it shows a list of things that have done 3D. Nintendo 3DS, 3D Talk, 3D Blu-rays. I'm surprised they didn't put Virtual Boy, but I guess because they consider Virtual Boy virtual reality. Even though if you hook it up to a 3D TV, it looks fucking sick. I think, yeah, still on this whole list, the best one that I've seen, it is the Virtual Boy. This Virtual Boy, once you hook it up to a 3D TV, it's the best out of the whole list of 3D. Because it does the out effect, not just the in. I don't know, when it comes flying out of the screen at you, that's when it looks sick, right? Even when I showed this to kids, like my niece and nephew, I'm like, here, try playing Virtual Boy. They're like, holy shit, when it comes out of the screen, it looks amazing. And then I showed them the 3DS, and they're like, oh, it's pretty good, but it's always going in. And I'm like, yeah, it's like in doesn't look as good, right? Even kids know. It's 3D when it comes out of the screen is what looks better. It's because when it comes out of the screen, it looks more like a hologram, right? And when it's going in the screen, it's like, oh, that's just like something normal that you see all the time. Yeah, so there's the piece that broke on my Virtual Boy that I'm going to have to get 3D printed. Either I'll print it or I'll try to get someone else. Yeah, so I hope everyone else is having a good weekend. Holy shit, we got so many people here today. Thanks. So who's that? Moniac wants to know, am I a Nintendo fan or PlayStation? How did it go? When I was a kid, I started off as an Intellivision fan because I go right back to the 70s. So yeah, I started off with Intellivision. See if I got any games. Yeah, we got the Intellivision. Dun, dun, dun. So that's where I started. Then, where was I after that? I think after that I started to really like Nintendo, the NES. But I secretly actually liked the Master System better. But I thought the Nintendo just had more games. So I kind of liked it over just quantity. Even though I thought the games that were out for the Master System were better. Maybe Mario's the one exception. So then PlayStation, yeah, around PlayStation 1, that's when I really got into PlayStation. I also got Dreamcast, PS3, Xbox. What one is that? That's Nintendo GameCube. That's it. So yeah, my game shelf has games from Intellivision, PlayStation, Nintendo DS, 3DS, Nintendo Wii, Xbox, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. Now I pretty much, oh yeah, even some Intellivision Amico games. Although there's no console to play those. Yeah, I did like the Master System better. And the Master System even had 3D also, right? That's what I was thinking. And when I go to emulate some games, sometimes what I'll do is I'll run an emulator and I'll get some old games from like Sega 3D, like the Master System, and then run that on the TV and emulate it. It's pretty wild. Yeah, thanks. I never used to put my games on a shelf and display it, but then during the lockdowns, I was like, hey, since I'm stuck inside all the time, why don't I just put some of my games on a shelf and show it off? So it's more like I have something nice to look at when I'm stuck inside all the time. Yeah, I even got some Guitar Hero guitars. Luckily, this whole collection cost me hardly anything, because most of the times it's just my mom getting me stuff at garage sales, or sometimes I go to garage sales, but I find when my mom goes, she gets way better prices. Like sometimes I'll go to a garage sale and someone will be like, oh, the games are like $5 or $10. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Expensive. My mom will go to a garage sale, they'll give her a whole console, like 2 games, or no, like 10 games, a console, and 3 controllers, and they'll sell it all to her for like $20. So I'll be like, holy shit, I gotta get my mom to pick this shit up. Now, if I was only a little old lady, I could get better prices, right? I don't know if anyone wants to do stuff when they come to Canada to visit, or like the Toronto area. Garage sales are fucking amazing. Like one day I was at a garage sale, or my mom was, and she got 2 Nintendo DS's, I think like 30 games. One of them was even Pokemon, what is it, Heart Gold. And she got it for like $2. I was like, $2? It's like, Jesus. Even the cases for the games are worth more than that. The consoles. 2 of them too. I was like, what the fuck? Now, what I was thinking too is I can hardly wait to actually try the Virtual Boy controller. I know when people are talking about that it felt nice in your hands, I had no idea. This is actually my favorite grip on any controller. That's really nice. It actually makes me sad. I'm like, why the hell did they stop making this design? This is better than their other ones. It's fucking so sweet in the hands. Especially like the grips underneath, right? That's like so perfect. Because I notice normally I get ergonomic problems where my finger will start cramping because there's nothing to hold it. So I was like, shit, now that's actually somewhere I can hold it. Because I don't know, with Xbox controllers and PlayStation, they end here, right? So then you got like your fingers just floating. This is like it goes the whole way down, all fingers. That's sweet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The controller design hasn't really changed in so many years. If they wanted to change it, man, they should change it back to this. That's a nice controller. I think the problem is they're hesitant to use this controller because the Virtual Boy itself did so bad. Like, oh shit, do we really want to use a controller that failed? But damn, is it ever a nice controller? It's not its fault that it was with the shitty console. Yeah, can you imagine these were analogs instead of D-pads? Or maybe one analog, one D-pad? I don't know. But still, that's a fucking nice controller. Yeah, my hands, despite my size, actually aren't overly big. So I'm okay with that. If you had like basketball player hands, yeah, this would be horrible. Because then, yeah, it would be too small. This is almost borderline too small. But I'm like 6'2", right? So you gotta think, an adult's hands, still big enough. Just barely, but yeah, it's big enough. If this was like girl hands or kids' hands, yeah, this would still be big. You can compare it to a normal controller. Don't have any... Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, you can see size-wise. It is a little bit bigger than a regular PlayStation, right? This is an official brand PlayStation. Overlap the two. Oh shit. Yeah, that's pretty damn close, eh? When you think how close the Virtual Boy was to the PlayStation final design, they're almost identical. All PlayStation did was add an extra button on the sides. They shortened the grips. So instead of having these massive grips, they shortened them. So that's why your fingers just float underneath. Which is fucking annoying, but... Yeah, and then instead of buttons there, they shifted them over, and then they put analogs there. Yeah, so if Virtual Boy wanted to do it, they could put an analog, D-pad, eh? That'd be weird. Well, I don't know. Not a bad comparison. And if anyone knows where the ultimate copy of the design came from, all controllers are basically Darth Vader's head. His eyes are the analogs, so we are always thumbing out his eyes. You ever notice that? No, I didn't notice that until one night I was on mushrooms. I got spiked, I swear. And yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, Darth Vader's head? It's the same. It's a fucking PlayStation controller. Alright, so if anyone's wondering what 3DS games I recommend on a 3D TV, Pilot Wings is a pretty good one. I did like Mario Kart. I was surprised, Mario Kart 7 on a 3D TV, it looks really nice. Like, almost like, I wouldn't say it's Nintendo Wii. Yeah, almost Nintendo Wii graphics. So yeah, it's 3DS. I don't know what it is about this console, but the graphics are surprisingly better. Yeah, it's true. I think 3DS was like a better console graphic-wise than the traditional DS, right? It was a graphical upgrade. Yeah, because this game's from 2011, so it's not like it's 20 years old. It's only 10 or 11. And my favorite game that I recommend on the Virtual Boy, if you want to play it on a big screen TV on an emulator in 3D, it's, or not Galactic Pinball. Where is it? Here it is. Wario. Holy fuck. Is Wario ever a good game on Virtual Boy? If I had to pick out of all the best ones, yeah, this one. That's why I'm surprised when I ordered this from out west or out east. They had this with it. I was like, holy shit, I want to get it. Because just this game alone is over 100. I could probably get 150 for this game. And then I paid, what, 400 for the whole thing? So I don't know. We'll see how the Virtual Boy works. If I have to part it out and just sell the controllers, just sell the games, and just sell the stand, I could still make my money back. That's why I figured it wasn't too risky of an investment. Have I tried the fridge console? No. But I found it funny. What was it? The one... What did anyone see? The couch console? There was like a couch console organizer. So you could put your controller in it and stuff. And they kickstarted and raised millions of dollars. I was like, oh my god, it's a fucking couch tray. And yeah, it raised millions. So that's what I was thinking. I shouldn't be so down the dumps. Maybe I just got to come up with an idea like that someday. Yeah. I don't know, like if I was so lazy that I needed some way to store stuff on my couch, I would just get a shelf and put it next to the couch, right? You don't have to put the stuff right on the couch. How lazy has our society become as I promote virtual everything? I also have the virtual mate. Alright, so I think, yeah, we covered everything on the unboxing. Did I leave any other slides out? I think there was one more that I wanted. I could be wrong. PlayStation TV, Virtual Boy, 3D TV. What is that one? Oh yeah, the game cases. Yeah, if anyone's thinking about getting those game cases, fuck. Man, I love these game cases. If anyone gets one, let me know if you like it or not. They probably sell them for other consoles, but the main reason I was thinking of getting it for Virtual Boy is because it's such a rare cartridge. Oh yeah, that's what it reminds me. Let's check it out. what I did is I wanted to open some other game cases and compare the size of the cartridges. Oh, fuck. Look at a 3DS game, like the size of it, compared to the Virtual Boy game. It's not going to fit in that case. Alright, see what other cases might fit it. Oh shit, almost smashed the controller. That would have been good for a live stream. Buy a controller, smash it by accident. Alright, so I got a Sega Master System. We'll take a look and see. I actually got Alex Kidd in here by accident because when I was a kid I put the wrong case in, or the wrong game, which doesn't anger me too badly because I actually like Alex Kidd better than Altered Beast. Alright, so there's the Sega Master System game. We'll compare it in size. So, Master System is bigger, but let's just see if it fits in the case. Ooh, it actually fits in, but it doesn't hold it. So, if anyone's wondering, could they just buy a Master System case and then modify it to hold this game? You know what I was thinking you could do? Is just cut out a little piece of foam, like from one of your package things, or any products you get, and then cut out the foam so it fits and holds, and then make it the exact same size as the cartridge by cutting it out with an X-Acto knife. That's probably what I'm going to do. We'll get myself some old Master System, or yeah, some old Master System cases. Someone was telling me that the Game Gear. Apparently the Game Gear cases fit it even better. But I don't have a Game Gear case. I actually sadly sold my Game Gear when I was a kid. I should have kept it. Oh well. Yes, I might try Game Gear cases too. We'll let everyone know how that goes. But if anyone's wondering, could you use an actual Master System case? You could. You would just have to make a little cutout. I'm actually going to do that earlier or later today. Well, maybe not today. I got lots of video editing, but... Yeah, so I think I covered everything. Yeah, it does fit. That's surprising. Yeah, these games, I've never held a Virtual Boy game. Because when I was a kid, it was always in the console. And it was a display unit, so we weren't allowed to take the cartridge out. So this is the first time I actually held a Virtual Boy console game. Yeah, it's surprisingly a neat size. Like, not as small as a Master System game, but not much bigger. Width-wise, it's about half the size. Yeah, what a neat console. No, so sadly, one of these days I'm going to have to sell the Virtual Boy. I'll probably sell it around Christmas time, but I'll keep it for the time being and maybe use it for some live streams. And who knows, maybe I'll come across enough money that I don't need to sell it one day, but we'll see. Money's getting tight these days, so I can't get carried away keeping my video game stuff too long. It is nice to like buy it as a deal and resell it, especially since I got it from a part of the country that's so isolated. Yeah, the guy that I bought it from, he lives in like a small city or whatever, right? So that's why he was having a harder time selling it. But since I bought it and I live in a giant city, I should be able to resell it way higher price. Because people will be like, oh shit, now I don't have to pay however much to ship it so far. And people will be risky. Like, it's risky to buy something off Kijiji, right? I had to send this guy a lot of money without really ever meeting him before. It's not like it has PayPal protection. So just be careful if anyone's thinking about doing the same thing I did today or this week. Just make sure that, yeah, you always remember that you could get ripped off. Like, man, this was risky. Oh yeah, and if you're going to order these from Japan, just remember that you can play them interchangeably, but at least if you get them from Canada or the States, they'll be in English. Where the other games, I think, will still be in Japanese. Obviously, for Mario and stuff, it wouldn't matter too much. Tennis, yeah, pinball. If all these are in Japanese, wouldn't matter. Yeah, I feel so lucky and fortunate, but... No, one of the things I was thinking is doing all this collecting and being so materialistic, it's not really working to get my hopes up and give me something to focus on where I actually want to do stuff, get more motivation. So one thing I noticed, someone sent me a project today that they're working on, If anyone wants to help out with it, let's check it out quick. Now in Canada, there's like a giant homeless tent city that's been growing. No, as the lockdowns and mandates and different drug addiction problems and everything else, unemployment issues, so it keeps growing and growing and growing. So there's actually a guy who's trying, Rob McConnell, to start a documentary to show people all over the world how big the homeless population, even in Canada, is getting. Because I don't think it's getting a lot of worldwide attention. So I think I'm going to try to focus a little bit less on the video game stuff and put a little bit more time into helping the community out with video stuff. But I'll try to keep doing both. I won't just cut off video games altogether. So I don't know, right now, so far all I did was donate $100, and I'm going to try doing some videos, donating them to his website. He's got a website where people can donate clips of any of the homeless situations going on around them, so we can try to raise awareness. I know a lot of times the cities just try to cover it up so people don't even see how big the homeless population's grown, but yeah, when you're in Canada, in a city, and there's like thousands of homeless people living in a giant tent city, like holy fuck, man, how bad is the shit gonna get before the government does something? Well, let's hope we'll find a solution, and hopefully raising awareness will be enough. And if anyone else can't help with money, you can always help share it too. What is it called? Raising money for a documentary on the homeless. I don't know how else to find it. I guess I could put it in the links below. I'll try to put in the links below after. I don't know if there's any other way to look it up. Alright, yeah, I'll just put it in the links below. No, so I figured some days I get carried away with funny promotional stuff, but that's more of a serious one, so we'll end this episode with that one. If anyone could help with that, I think it's more important than any of the other stuff I've been promoting lately. No, the main thing with Canada too is we got winter coming up, right? So literally a lot of those homeless people are going to freeze to death unless someone does something, so hopefully they get help before that happens. Anyways, so yeah, if anyone's getting into collecting and they're feeling guilty about it, maybe you could try to balance in your life too, right? Don't get too carried away with collecting, but also try to help the community as well. I know it's not always easy. Some days I just want to spend all the money on games, right? Play games all day, non-stop. No, I gotta try to cut back my video game spending. Oh yeah, and here's some of the other things, the other Virtual Boy stuff you can get. Oh, George is saying in the States it's getting bad too. So yeah, that's the thing. I've heard about the one in the States, how like Skid Row and whatever, California has these giant homeless cities, but the ones that get me are the ones in Canada because, God, man, the people are in the winter, right? Like, I know homeless in California is bad still, but at least they're not freezing to death, right? Like, it freaks me out that people are sleeping outside in the fucking, like, minus 50. It's like, holy fuck, man. That's crazy, but... yeah, let's hope. I don't know what the real solution is everyone's going to find, but hopefully raising awareness will at least get more things done quicker rather than just delaying whatever they're going to try. Who knows, it could be one of those things that'll make it worse trying to help, but let's hope not. Hopefully I'll actually make it better. Oh yeah, if anyone's wondering, the Virtual Boy cases, they're roughly the same size as the 3DS case. And if anyone's wondering about 3DS cases, they're actually two different sizes. If you buy them in the States and Canada, they're slim, but if you buy them in the UK, they come in the fat editions. So I don't know what's the deal with the fat editions, but yeah, they're substantially fatter. And I'll show everyone next episode, but yeah, probably almost like double the fatness. So yeah, we'll try a Game Gear Master System case, see if we can get some good cases going. So that way when I resell the Virtual Boy around Christmas time, hopefully I can get it looking really nice. I'll try to clean it up, maybe with some alcohol, or whatever they recommend for cleaning the dust off. Should be a fun restoration process. Hopefully the thing works, and I'll give the guy who sent it to me a good review. Because he included everything he promised. The AC adapter, the battery thing. He included, yeah, the fucking 3 games, the controller, the whole Virtual Boy itself. Sometimes when you buy these, well, I'll show you here. You got to be careful that these foam pieces that connect to your eyes, they break down really easy. So Nintendo used to sell the replacement ones, but they ran out, obviously. But I think other people online are already selling the replacement ones. So if you get one that's like all damaged here, you can actually replace the foam or whatever this cloth or rubbery stuff is. And what's the other problems? Oh yeah, if one of the lens in your Virtual Boy breaks or you buy one that's already broken, there is a way to solder it to fix it. And there's videos on YouTube on how to do that. So don't get too down in the dumps if you get one that's broken for cheap. Because yeah, you might actually be able to do the repair. I don't want to guarantee that you can repair it, but it is a possibility. It's like literally a thing on YouTube. People do videos on how to repair these. And I think you could even buy the replacement lenses, but I could be wrong about that. So if I had to rank what it's like to get a Virtual Boy, let's say out of 5, what is my expectations actually holding it? We'll try playing it next episode, but yeah, I'd say it's definitely a 4.5 out of 5. I was thinking I might not like it as much as I remembered when I was a kid, but dear God, man, this thing is sweet. If anyone's a serious game collector and they want to finish off their collection, this thing is a nice way, like, that's it. Not buying any more video game stuff. Virtual Boy's the last one. Yeah, because it's got that nice feeling to it. It's a nice console. It's a shame that Nintendo couldn't get this, like, color screen, because I bet you if it was a color screen, it would have done so much better than just red, right? Even if it was 2 or 3 colors. Yeah, and the controller, if I had to rank it out of 5, I would give it a perfect 5 out of 5. I've never held a nicer controller. If I had to compare my next favorite controller, I don't know. Maybe the PlayStation controller. Yeah, it's funny because they're so similar too. So yeah, the Virtual Boy is my new favorite controller I've ever held. That's wild. Alright, so yeah, and I'll try to put the links for all the different promotional stuff like that, helping out the homeless documentary. Hopefully we can get some awareness raised for that. And yeah, we'll do some Clone Evolution videos this weekend. I got another one to do soon. I don't know if I'll have the energy to do it tonight, but we'll see. And we'll have another travel vlog coming out soon. I haven't filmed any new ones. We're just still wrapping up the last series when I went up north and partied with Steadfast, so that was a pretty wild trip. If anyone wants to check it out, it's in my travel vlog series playlist below. Alright, so let's go to the fire screen. Well, yeah, let's give a shout out to the viewers that were all here, since there's so many. Holy fuck. Nah, bro. Hey, how's it going? It's Luvik. Renderco. Nah, bro. Joshua. Mario in 3D. Yeah. If anyone wants to try the best Virtual Boy game to rank it on, it is the Mario. Or I should say Wario. But it's funny, it's built just like a Mario game. The only thing is, it's Mario as the character. Or Wario. Keep getting it mixed up. But yeah, that's a good one. It's 2D platforming, or I guess 3D. Different kind of 3D, 2D. Alright, so Moniac 0112, George Washington, Joshua, he's back. George Washington, nah bro, George Washington, nah bro. So thanks a million, everyone. Oh yeah, yeah, thanks for the support, I appreciate it. Yeah, who knows, maybe one of these days if we keep working on the channel, well, we'll be getting more videos made more often. It'd be nice to be able to do the channel full time one day. Hopefully one day. Yeah, I did get a couple more hours at work this week. Oh, Zelda. Is Zelda on the Virtual Boy? I'll have to check that one out next. Yeah, if Zelda's on there. I have never gotten into Zelda. Always watch my friends play that one, so who knows? Maybe I'll pick it up for Virtual Boy. Or no, 3DS. That's probably what he's referring to. Yeah, that would make more sense. Alright, so yeah, let's go to the fire screen. Yeah, there's a Game Boy Zelda. 3DS has a couple Zeldas, I think. So I might get one of the 3DS Zeldas and try that on my TV. Oh yeah, and if Nintendo's watching, try not to take any of my advice seriously. I'm just like estimating. Hopefully they don't get too upset. And not that they're coming out with like a new 3D TV and all of a sudden like, oh god, Lelanders leaked everything. I can only imagine. Alright, so if you happen to get any Virtual Boy game cartridges in your vaporizer and it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can give the show a like and a share. Really appreciate it. And just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone.
See you later. Yeah, and good luck, Nintendo. Yeah, and people are saying Nintendo's really starting to reach that tipping point in the company where they got to pick what's their direction after the Switch. What's the new console? Is it going to be a home console, another portable? Could it be a TV? A 3D TV? That'd be sweet. Alright, anyways, bye for now, everyone. Take care, thanks for watching, and have a good weekend. Later. Nintendo! Yeah, I'll have to try to play Zelda on the Virtual Boy. Let me check if that's actually a thing. I'll just quickly Google it. Zelda Virtual Boy. Oh, there's a Zelda homebrew. Planet Virtual Boy. Oh, so we might actually play that then. Yeah, no official Zelda though. Alright, bye for now everyone. See you later.